I don't want to believe what I'm seeing. I don't want to believe what I'm seeing happen in the world right now is really happening. And more importantly, that we are allowing it to happen. I don't want to believe that. But it's real. People are in danger. Not just the people that are being affected by what's happening, but the rest of us. If you're even remotely aware of what's happening, we are being psychologically wounded by the horrors we're seeing. I've been working with international professionals, international students for many, many decades. I've never seen the sort of disruption that I've seen recently. Innocent people that are here legally are being harassed, detained, and traumatized. And in doing so, it's traumatizing me because they're my friends. And even if they weren't my friends, I would still be impacted by the things I'm seeing. Because long before I had my friends detained and harassed, I was already feeling pain for people that are being basically kidnapped. If you're being taken out of your home, away from your job, away from your community, and put into a car or van and driven somewhere against your will without due process, you're basically being kidnapped and trafficked. Let's be real. That's what it is. Kidnapping and trafficking. And the idea that this lawlessness can continue to happen is shaking me. It's affecting me. I'm feeling more than anxiety. I'm feeling like I'm being psychologically wounded by all of this. And I'm wondering if you're feeling that way too. Could you put in the comments if you're impacted by what you're seeing? Even if it's not people you know. The idea that someone can be taken away from their job, their family, their community with no due process is horrifying. Because it's them today and you and me tomorrow. That's how it works. No one's immune to this kind of behavior, this kind of lawlessness. Lack of due process for Black people is not a new thing. We have never had due process. And now we're watching immigrants being added to the list who are being equally dehumanized. That has an impact. Whether you're paying attention carefully or just hearing whispers of it, or you're experiencing it firsthand with people you love. Maybe you're going through this. It is damaging for everyone. There's no way out of this because it's one planet, one tribe, one world, one love that's being shaken to its core. I don't think it's a stretch to say that we are in need of psychological repair. And we can do that through cultivating an environment of safety, through connection. We're going to talk about how to protect ourselves. I'm going to talk about what is repair through connection, why it's important, how does disconnection happen, and what to do about it. And then I'm going to give you 5 ways to connect and repair yourself. And if you make it to the end, I'm going to give you a challenge. You may know that connection makes us feel better. It may be so obvious that we neglect to use it as a powerful tool to connect ourselves purposefully. It's one thing to have people around you that support you, people that you love. Of course, it's amazing. It's wonderful. But do you know that you can use that as a way to repair yourself, to heal yourself, to fortify yourself when you're enduring the kinds of psychological wounds that we're experiencing? Purposefully repairing oneself through connection is a powerful concept that's rooted in philosophy, science, and human experience. Meaningful relationships and social bonds play a central role in emotional, psychological, and even physical healing and repair. There are people in my life who are anchors, and as the sea churns and the ocean gets wider and colder, they are anchors for me and refuges for me. I turn to them and I hold on strong to them, and I am there should they need to hold on to me. Without those connections, I might find myself lost at sea psychologically. It's connection. I call them lions. Life challenges, unchanging circumstances. It's more than a metaphor. It's a way of life. So what do I mean repair with connection? Internal repair can be achieved in many ways. Building emotional safety, being seen, heard, respected, celebrated by others reduces stress and fosters emotional resilience. Ever thought about co-regulation? If you're in an environment with calm people, that calmness is contagious. If you're in a room full of drama and conflama, that's contagious too. So finding a community of connection purposefully, calming, safety, togetherness, belonging goes a very, very long way when you're feeling psychologically wounded or attacked in this crazy world. Stepping out of isolation. Loneliness has been linked to increased rates of anxiety, depression, and even chronic illness. Connection acts as a buffer against these unwanted guests and can repair relationships and restore trust. If you have faced trauma or betrayal, consistent relationships can rebuild a sense of trust in others and the world. And I would argue we are facing trauma right now. And my trust in others and my trust in the world, especially our institutions, is shaken. So it's not a stretch to understand that it's going to be hard to get that back once you've lost it, especially if you compound that with having been portrayed or traumatized as a child. And many of us have. Participating in communal repair and healing. Repair is an inside job, but groups of people can evolve and grow together, such as in families, partnerships, communities, and organizations. When I was in my dance company and we moved together as a unit, we went through things together. We had pain together and we healed together. And the connection between each other made the healing quicker and more fortified. And to this day, when you recall those times that I had with those people, those beautiful, amazing people, I heal myself again. Each of us has voids or empty spaces inside of us. Healing with connection is about filling those voids physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Community connection works. Why is this inner repair with connection necessary? Loneliness is everywhere. More than 60% of the American population feel lonely and disconnected from the world around them. Despite being around millions of people, everywhere, every day. You can hear the noise. I don't have soundproof windows, so they're there all the time. And still, I can feel and have felt many times very disconnected. During the pandemic, that was intense when I realized, wow, maybe I'm lonely? I don't like that word. It feels so weak. For the first time in my life, I felt lonely. And I realized that despite the thousands of people that I know, I can be alone. It's that disconnection that can happen in all of us. You can feel alone in a marriage. You can feel alone in a family or community or a job. You can feel alone around millions of people like New York City. You can feel alone and disconnected. Connection can heal that. Humans are wired for connection and have a physiological and psychological need to be aligned with others and the environment. It's how we're put together. It's how we evolved. Brain and biology. A bonding chemical called oxytocin is released during physical touch, eye contact, childbirth, and social bonding. It promotes trust, empathy, and bonding. Cells in our brains called neurons fire both when a person acts or when a person observes the same behaviors in others. This enables empathy and social learning. When you see others around you connecting, it's as if you're connecting. Social pain, forms of discrimination, and cultural suffering activate the same regions of physical pain. This suggests that social rejection or loneliness is processed similarly to physical injury. When you see others around you experiencing love and community and sharing and safety, we inherit that feeling. We absorb that feeling as if we're feeling it. When we see the trauma, the pain, and the suffering of others, if we are not purposefully turning off, which is a coping mechanism, and I don't blame you when you do, we feel the pain too. For me especially, I feel the pain and fear of people being torn away from their families unnecessarily. We can get to the solution without all the drama, but I think the fear is the point. There are people that want the masses to be afraid. They want us to heal like dogs and follow the cowbell to the slaughter. It ain't happening here, and I hope it's not happening with you either. And to do that, we need each other, one planet, one tribe, one world, one love, one community of connection to get through these challenging and scary times. Evolutionary psychology. Early human survival depended on forming groups for hunting, protection, and raising offspring. For 99% of human history, people lived in small, close-knit groups where social cohesion was essential. Human infants are born highly dependent and survive through forming attachments to caregivers. Psychology and mental health. Pioneered by John Bowlby, attachment theory shows that secure emotional bonds in childhood are crucial for psychological well-being. If you don't have those healthy bonds nurtured as a child, you may find them difficult to create as an adult. For me, that's my case. I find it very difficult to connect to people intimately. I'm very authentic. What you see is what you get. I'm not performing here. This is me. This is Aubrey. But when it comes to truly intimate, inward bonding, it's very hard for me because I have survived some trauma in my life, and I have learned in my years of studying these human psychology, there are parts of us that can be broken when we're children, that we spend a lifetime to heal, which is why this video is about healing through connection. Finding a community, finding a connection is a way to repair the self that has been damaged. Chronic loneliness increases risk for depression, heart disease, cognitive decline, and even early death. Social science research. The Harvard study of adult development, the longest running study on happiness, found that close relationships more than money or fame keep people happy and healthy. People with strong social support systems have lower stress levels and better immune function. Language and communication. Language developed not just for information sharing, but for social bonding. Humans are highly attuned to facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language, all geared to understanding and connection. How does disconnection happen and what can we do about it? Everything happens for a reason, and we all are who we are because of our unique experiences. However, here are some common themes that shape our behavior, causing disconnection from self, others, and nature. Abuse, emotional, physical, and sexual, can cause changes in the body and the mind that lead to emotional, mental, and physical disconnection. Neglect and abandonment increases feelings of loneliness, leading towards isolation and disconnection. Betrayal by a trusted person or institution can cause us to question our faith, family, close friendships, and the community. Attachment wounds, especially in early childhood, shape how we experience relationships as adults. These experiences often damage a person's ability to feel safe with others, trust their own instincts, or believe they are worthy of love. One of my coping mechanisms was to stay busy and to achieve, so my success kind of healed my trauma, or so I thought, until one day I woke up and realized I was running and achieving, and the hole wasn't filling because I hadn't taken the time to deal with the trauma that I faced. When I felt resistance within myself, I forced myself to be around people, and every time I have felt better. I think maybe subconsciously these videos are about healing myself. I'm actually talking to my younger self and wishing I had heard these things when I was younger. The journey would have been a bit easier. I'm loving my life, it's okay. And I feel compelled to share these lessons with you. Over years of therapy, I've come to understand that connection can help repair the wounds inside of us that can be very, very old and very, very damaging and can literally run our lives. I believe that a lot of the pain we're seeing in the world, a lot of the actions we're seeing, the horrors we're seeing taken against humanity are those people in power throwing their pain around, unconscious and unaware that that's not how they're going to heal. There's no power, no money, no amount of greed that's going to fill that hole. It is boundless. Connection, love, kindness, and service, one-way giving, mentorship. These are the things that heal and fill those voids. Connection. That's what these videos are about. I hope you're feeling these messages resonate inside of you. How can we use connection purposefully? Here are 5 ways connection can heal. Practice deep listening and give others your full attention. Share authentically, not just nicely. Be open to both giving and receiving support. Set boundaries that honor your needs and those of others. We talked about that in the previous episode, creating healthy boundaries. Seek environments online or in person that prioritize safety, empathy, and growth. Here's a mini challenge for you. Here are 3 very specific things I want you to do to start healing and repairing yourself through connection today. Right now. Start your day with a positive mindset, such as speaking positively to yourself and declaring a specific outcome for the day, and hold yourself accountable to doing this. For example, despite any challenges I face today, I'm going to keep an open mind and an open heart, and I'm going to stay in a positive space. Today is a new day, and like every other day, I can start my whole life again right now. Social connection. Seek to listen before demanding to be heard. You're in meetings, you're talking to friends, you want to have your idea out, especially like me. I've got my ADHD and I tend to jump because I don't want to forget what I'm going to say. Just listen. Listen and reflect back what they say. What I'm hearing is, so what you're saying is, I'm resonating with that because that's the language that I want you to use. Emotional connection. Spend time reflecting in a calming space, wherever that space may be for you. It can be a walk in the park, it can be in the grass, it can be in your bedroom, it can be wherever you feel safe, where you can control the quiet and the calm within yourself, and reflect about the beautiful parts of your life, where you want to grow and how you're going to get there in a positive, non-judging way. Go out of your way to find a calming space and then be in that space. I'm not going to say do it every day. Ideally, that would be the case, but you do it when you can. But you're going to start today. So this week, I want you to intentionally plant the seed of connection. Even if you're feeling connected, get more connected. We cannot be too much connected. We need each other. We need to be there for one another. We want others to be there for us. I want to be there for you. But if you're watching, you're there for me. Put in the comments what that means to you, what connection means, and how you succeeded or failed at doing this. It's a muscle. If you train the muscle of negativity, that's how your days will unfold. If you train the muscle of positivity and connection, over time, that's how your life will unfold. Both are true. Bad day and a good day. You can have both of them at the same time. You decide which one you want to live in. Okay, I know that what I'm asking is not easy. If it was easy, we'd all be doing that, living in what? A world full of rainbows, gumdrops, and bluebirds. And alas, we are not. We are far from it. I still believe we can create that within ourselves. And that beauty and that love and that light can protect us from the darts that come from the world. So take care of yourself, love on yourself, love on your family, love on your friends, love on your community, and love on those you do not know. They need you and your light too. In this season, we've spoken about self-healing, knowing when to let go, fake love, knowing your limits, internalized oppression, ancestral wisdom, setting healthy boundaries, practicing love as resistance, joy as resistance, and cultivating healthy environments through connection. That's 10 episodes of season 2 of Roar. Get ready, season 3 on the way. Once posted, it'll be here, and the full list is there. Check them out. There's a full list of episodes in the description below, as well as links to season 1 and season 2. Please like and subscribe, spread the word. I need subscribers, I need views, I need comments. Let's do this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Wishing you love and light, power and strength and resilience to get through what is to come. Because out there, they're just getting started. Hold on. It means a lot to me that you're watching, especially if you're still watching right now. Much, 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 much love and gratitude. One planet, one tribe, one world, one love. I'll see you there.